Hi guys, I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be talking about my strengths that I discovered about myself through the Clifton Strengths Finder online assessment. Before we get into those, I want to give you a little background about myself. I grew up in Flint, Michigan, and I still live in the area today. Growing up, I was a competitive figure skater, and I currently coach competitive skating. I graduated from Saginaw Valley State University with a degree in health science in 2016. Over the last few years, I've worked as a programs manager in several nonprofits, and I currently work in a marketing department at a physical therapy office. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about my strengths. So my first strength was context, which means that I use the past to help influence my decisions. My second strength was learner, which means that I enjoy learning and I really like the process of learning and prefer that to the actual outcome. My third strength was relator, which means that I like to form deeper connections with people, and that I typically feel a closeness to a few people rather than a large group of people. My fourth strength was restorative, which means that I enjoy problem solving and that I'll seek problems out to help find solutions too. And my last strength was achiever, which means that I feel the need to constantly be doing something in order to feel successful. I'm a goal setter and that I really will work above and beyond to accomplish my goals. So I think that context fits me because I've always been interested in history. I really like to learn about a company's past before I interview, and when I work for a company, I like to know their history in order to know how they got to where they currently are. I think that this is what has drawn me to work for nonprofits. They have a very rich history often and are very rooted in traditions, and I think that I've really enjoyed that aspect of working for nonprofits. Learner, I think, also fits me very well. I've always enjoyed learning new things. As an adult, I've recently learned how to snowboard and do yoga, and I've really enjoyed that process. I definitely like acquiring new knowledge and learning new skills, and I think that is one thing that really drives me. My next strength was relator, which means that I enjoy forming deeper connections with people, and I typically at work like workplaces where there's a smaller workforce and I can work with fewer people that I can really get to know, and this is how I've made several of my closest friends. My fourth strength was restorative, and this really fits me. I've always been a problem solver, and I always will ask at work if there's problems that I can help find solutions to, or just look into creative ways to solve problems. My last strength was achiever, and this really fits me too. This is part of what led me to finally apply to the MBA program. I'd been thinking about it for many months, and then quarantine hit, and I finally had the time to really devote myself to the application process and researching several programs before I landed on this one. And it's also what's led me to several of the positions that I've had. I've always been drawn to positions with potential that I could grow and that I could really set goals for. One of the things that I found super interesting about all of my strengths was that they all really interact together and play very well together. A couple of examples of that are context and learner and relator. These all work together. For example, at professional conferences, I prefer to network with just a few people that I can really learn a lot from. These people typically have a deep connection to the history of their organizations, and I really enjoy those conversations and making those deep connections with people. And then another example is that achiever and restorative work really well together. I've always been drawn to jobs with potential. I recently started working at a cinnamon roll bakery that was invited to be on Shark Tank and that needed a little extra help. So my job there is to help modernize and troubleshoot the supply chain and the operations side of their company, and really help to make them successful. So I think that it's cool how all of my strengths can really play together. And those are my strengths. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I really look forward to getting to know you guys throughout the process of this program. Thanks.